We take a long last look at the Las Vegas Convention Center as Motorhead Garage concludes its visit to the SEMA show. In this episode, Sam and Dave will look into what it takes to restify a Toyota Land Cruiser, the latest advances in paint curing technology, as well as the latest in tools for your own shop. Should you happen to be a hands-on do-it-yourselfer, or even if you're hands-off. Then the boys return to the studio to modify and upgrade an off-road side-by-side. All the parts should fit like a glove.
To another edition of Motorhead Garage, folks. We're here at the 2014 SEMA show, and if you're a car guy, this is where you got to be. And if you got a Toyota Land Cruiser, we found some guys who can really do a number on them for you. And we got Jay Russell here from Performance Cruisers and Speed. And Jay, tell us what you guys do.
We're a specialty Toyota shop. We do everything from Toyota restorations on existing trucks to doing full custom builds, engine swaps, diesel conversions. This truck's got a full custom chassis, aluminum body frame. You name it, we can do it.
And what about the suspension? What have you done on that?
This one is a custom leaf spring package. This is running 70 series axles, but we can also do custom coilovers. We have manufacturers use that for Icon and other manufacturers that we use all their products.
And if a guy has a Toyota and he wants to bring it in and have you do it, you'll sit down with him and go over what he wants to do and try to keep him out of trouble.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, that's what we're here to do. We help and decide what they want to build and where they want to go from that and what's in their budget.
Okay, well now you got an interesting Toyota here that's been done.
Yes, sir. This one is our custom Toyota Land Cruiser. We started with a custom four-door aluminum body for the FJ40, put it on a custom frame with fully rebuilt FJ40 axles, and went with the newer Toyota V8 as the power plant to give you a little bit more power with the automatic transmission for everyday driver comfort. Plus we got the all-wheel drive safety aspect of it too, so it's going to handle very good.
So this looks like this is a hunting vehicle, and it's all set up long wheelbase, ought to make for a nice ride. And folks, if you want to get a lot more information about this, all you have to do is check out their website. Well, let's check out and see what Sam's up to.
Now you want to work smart, you want to protect your hands, you want to wear some gloves. I'm here at the Adina booth, and they know all about gloves. They're a big supplier, and I'm here with Kristen. Krista, tell us about this company.
Adina is the leading supplier of healthcare and safety products since 1997. We've seen a void in the automotive industry for this type of product. Mechanics and painters have a lot of questions about how to keep their hands clean, and Adina provides products to protect you against oil, grease, solvents, and other chemicals.
That's awesome. So Derek, this is Derek. Derek, tell us about the gloves you have here.
So we have a really comprehensive line of both latex and nitrile disposable gloves. So on the nitrile side, we have our 9mm dark light gloves. They're our heaviest duty nitrile gloves, hold up really well against any job you may choose to use them. We have our 6mm shadow gloves. Those are our most popular mechanics gloves by far. And then we have our 5mm handy guard gloves. They provide a really great protection for an excellent value. Now on the latex side, we have a 14mm heavy-duty glove called our Hero. It has a 12-inch cuff, so it works really good for those heavy-duty jobs you may have. In addition to that, we have our Explorer glove. It's about twice as thick as the average latex glove on the market. And then lastly, our Gold glove. Works really well in a variety of applications.
Well, that's awesome. So you want to protect yourself. Adina's got a whole line of gloves. Use these and your hands will be happier and healthier. Let's check out and see what Dave's doing.
Sam and I work with a lot of different vehicles, and what we found anymore, there's a lot of specialty tools you have to have for different makes and models. Some of them make your job a lot easier. And we got Mike Ossenmacher here who can show us some of the things.
What we've got is we've got custom funnels that fit the valve cover or the filler neck just like the cap does. So when you put the oil in, there's no mess. So if you work on a lot of different makes of cars, this funnel kit's ideal. So it's one basic funnel with different tips for Honda, Nissan, Ford, Mazda, Toyota, Lexus. If you only work on Toyota and Lexus, you can just get one custom funnel for Toyota.
Now that makes it a lot easier, and you don't have a lot of funnels laying around the shop. You got one that'll do everything. This transmission filter, we've used this before.
Used it to fill up a DSG fluid on a Volkswagen. It's for tranny oil, gear oil, so it can handle up to 90 weight oil. it's easy to change the adapters out. Just loosen this up, take one adapter out.
And you got a full supply of adapters here, I see.
Yeah, put another one in. This would be like for the CVT transmissions on Audis. You can do Toyota, BMW. Volkswagen Audi alone takes 5 different adapters.
And of course, the last thing you have right here is your wrench or your cam timing.
It's a cam gear holder. If you want to keep the camshaft from turning, basically spread this to the width that it needs to be based on the gear or the pulley. And you can change the pins out depending upon the configuration that you have.
It'll work out great. That makes it real easy. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we got a lot more coming here from the SEMA show.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GMA body parts and accessories. Quiet Ride Solutions, America's first choice for automotive insulation products. Hurst, America's #1 shifter. And by PXD Grills, the #1 source for custom grills.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage here at SEMA. Well, Dave, you know, no car is complete without riding down the road and having some really good audio. There's nothing better than custom auto sound, and I'm here with Ryan McDonald. Ryan? Yes. This thing here, it amazes me. Tell us about this little radio right here. And this happens to be a Ford product, but tell me about that.
This is our new slide bar radio. Basically what we got going on here is, while it's sitting in the car, it looks like the original AM radio. You slide it off to the side, it reveals your digital display. You got 7 different colors to choose from. You can dim it to match your gauge lighting. It's got 300 watts. It's got USB, it's got iPod, we got a Bluetooth adapter for it. Anything you could want under the sun. CD changer, you got it.
That's awesome. So you got, you know, the late model radio, 300 watts, bang, you park, it looks like the box stock AM that came from the factory. That's really trick. I heard you guys got an award from SEMA, is that right?
We did. We won an award this year for our 5556 Chevy radio. The same version of the slide bar, we're now covering the 5556.
Let's take a look at this. Boy, look at that. That looks just like your basic AM radio. Flip that over and it goes blank. When it's lit up, just like this, you can change the colors and 300 watts of power.
300 watts of power. Every single amenity that you could need, you got it. And on top of that, if you got something that we haven't heard of, which doesn't exist, we got auxiliary for you.
That's awesome. This is a great way to go when it comes to putting audio in your car, especially if you're doing a restoration and you want it to look box stock, but you want to be able to have some really good sounds. Custom auto sounds the way to go. Now, Davey's got some really great tools to show you. Let's see what he's got.
Hey, you know, one of the biggest problems you have in the auto body business is painting a car, and then once you paint it, you got to let it sit and dry and cure before you can really do anything else with that paint. Well, that takes a lot of time, and time is money, but we've found a solution to that, DNS Curing Solutions. And we got Tam Midgley here who can tell us all about it.
The system is gas-fired infrared curing, and we're talking about curing paint in seconds, literally seconds in that. And so in a normal system, you put a car in a spray booth, you're leaving it in there for 3/4 of an hour, you're putting a lot of heat and energy into the booth and that to dry what may be only a single panel and that, you know. With our system, you can dry the paint in literally 3 to 4 minutes to do a complete door. And when it comes out of the booth, it's completely cross-linked. You can sand and polish, deliver to the customer in a period of 3 or 4 minutes.
So that's going to save a lot of time. Now, I've looked at some of your pictures here, and I noticed, you know, you got plastic sheeting on there for overspray. It doesn't affect that at all?
It doesn't affect it at all. In fact, what we're talking about here is energy. And so the energy that goes into the wet paint is curing from the backside out. It cross-links 100% by the time it does the cycle through the door, and the paint is dry. Not like a normal system where you've got it in a booth, you're putting a lot of heat onto it, a lot of energy, a lot of cost and everything. We can dry the paint in literally seconds.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a pretty impressive thing, and I was looking on their thing. It looks like they have the Formula One guys doing that, which they have a quick turnaround time for their cars. So if you want a lot more information about this, you know, you need to go to their website, check it all out.
We're here in the HEMSAW booth, and if you watch our show, you'll see us use our HEMSAW all the time. and we've got Doug and Brianna Harris here. Doug, you know, we love our machine. Tell us what's new for this year at the show.
This year at the show, what we have is we have a machine that has an ABS control, and what that allows you to do is to set it up on your work, turn it on, walk away where you can go ahead and do something else. It'll cut by itself, and when it finishes, it'll shut the machine down.
So that's really like semi-automatic. Now, can you use this thing yourself?
Yes.
Yeah? Tell me what kind of things you do with it.
You pretty much just turn it on, get everything set up, and then you walk away and it'll finish the cut and turn itself off by itself.
You know, these things do a great job. What's different between these and your regular old bandsaws?
There's a tremendous amount of difference. This does a real precision cut. So when you get ready to do your next operation, if you're going to weld a piece or you're going to machine a piece, you can finish it very, very close. I can go ahead, butt two ends together, put a weld around it, and it's ready to roll. You can also miter with this machine, which is great. So if I'm getting ready, I'm doing a roll bar system or I'm working on a chassis, I need a miter cut, I can set it up, put the ends together, and we're ready to rock.
It's awesome. Well, these are really great saws. We love the one we have on the set. We use it all the time, make tools with it, we cut everything. And of course, it's durable, dependable, one of the best band saws around. So if you're looking for a precision saw, something that you can use in your shop and really make nice cuts, you need to look at the Hem saw. Right now, we need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be back in the studio. Dave's working by himself on a couple of side-by-side UTVs. I can't leave him alone, so stick around.
Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Okay, got that. How you coming up there, bud?
I'm doing okay. Got this about ready.
All right. Hey, welcome back, folks. Look what Sam and I've got right here. We got ourselves a beautiful UTV. This is a Polaris XP4 1000. And you can see this is quite a unit.
Oh, these are awesome machines. And this is a 2014 4-passenger. This thing's got a 107 horsepower motor, but new for 2015, they got a new ProStar 1000 engine. It's got 110 horsepower, and it runs on regular fuel.
Regular 87 fuel.
Right.
This horsepower is probably more than you could handle, though, bud.
Well, 110 horsepower, but it's got a power curve throughout the entire range. And of course, these are great machines. They got great design. They got Walker shocks on them.
It's got Walker shocks on it, and especially for you, it's got electronic power steering on it.
Electronic power steering.
So it makes it easy for Sam to drive.
And it's got a very impressive 16 inches of travel and 13 inches of travel in suspension. This thing here, you know, it's a machine that people are looking for.
Yeah, and some other things we've already added to it here. These GBC tires here, these are DOT approved. These are 30-inch mongrels, going to make it a lot better for us on the road. And we got these DWT wheels, 3-piece wheels, and you can see they got the bead lock around here. This is important when you're off-roading.
Right.
We've liked to dress these things up. We're never satisfied with what we get directly from the factory.
That's right. But the first thing we did was we got rid of this roll cage here that came on the unit from the factory, from Polaris. You can see it's multi-piece design.
Yeah, and this works out fine, but we wanted something that will give us a little bit more protection and also stiffen this thing up a little bit.
Now the Blingstar cage, this is a really heavy steel. It's 1 3/4. It's got 95 thousandths wall thickness.
Right.
It's DOM, drawn over mandrel tubing, no seams, all TIG welded.
It is, and it's got your whip tabs in here so that you can mount your whips on it, makes it easy to do. And again, this bolts right into the factory bolt holes, so it's an easy installation. But on top of that, it protects the back, and there's a bumper on the rear here that gives you extra protection as well. So this is a well thought out, well engineered piece of equipment.
Yeah, Blingstar's even got you covered with an aircraft grade aluminum roof. And of course, it's got a light pocket in the front that'll accept a light bar. So when you put the Blingstar cage on, you got everything you need there.
Exactly, and even inside, you even got a dome light in here. This has got everything.
Yeah, this is an LED dome light, on and off switch. This is a Baja design, 360 degrees. It's really, really bright. That's pretty neat, you know. We'll get some more stuff to do to this, though.
Exactly. Well, I think we're going to need a little bit of help on this because
I need some help.
This is a little bit of a job.
You haven't been doing much, yeah.
Anyway, well, we have Brett Greenholz here.
Yes, sir.
With Blingstar, and you just brought in a new seat for it.
Brought in a new seat. This is actually the new PRP GT SE seat from PRP. You can see the difference between the stock one, of course, and this one. Yeah, I think you're going to be a little bit more comfortable in this one.
See, this one's going to be a little bit. It's not that comfortable for me, but I can see this one here.
Yeah.
It's a little bit wider.
A little bit wider.
Unfortunately, I'm a little wider. But anyway, this is going to be a lot more comfortable, and I can see what that's like. That's even got vents in here, so if you get water stuff coming in.
Yep, water,
right
sand. Basically, when you're driving, it builds up. It just falls right out.
What do you think of my mirror installation? I put these Axia convex mirrors. These are pretty nice mirrors. They're glass, guaranteed for life. And I put this billet, 17-inch. It's a panoramic view, no distortion, so you can people coming at you all ways.
All right.
Got to keep you safe.
Listen, we got everything going, but we got a lot more stuff to add on here. But we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to get started, so stick with us.
I heard you say, "We, you going to work?"
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I got to leave Brett here. He's going to help us.
Yeah, I see that.
This week on the Steel Spotlight, we're with an old friend, John Wargo of the Custom Shop, and you always make some amazing and unique cars. I don't even know where to begin on this. I think it's a 62 Corvette.
For starters, I built this for a customer. It was actually in a barn on the second story in pieces, and he was wanting to restore it or customize it. I came up with some ideas for him, and we basically built this car. It's a 5-color color fade from top to bottom, and then it's got a nice pearl on top of it. And then on the inside of the cove and the hood, it's got a real fire paint job. And then I airbrushed on the outside of I beveled it with, so it's silver and then it's 3-dimensionally bevel airbrush, so it looks like it's trim on the edging, but it's actually all painted on. The top's been chopped 3 inches, and now it is a full-time roadster, so there is no roof. We did a raw glass windshield. The A-pillars are custom made, and they have rear view cameras, so there is no side mirror. So there's a little camera on each side, so you can see out each side of the car. It's a 598 cubic inch big block with a Vortex supercharger with a blow-through system on Holley's new EFI system that's never been done before. So this is 1,100 horsepower, fuel-injected blow-through motor at that dyno to 1,086 horse.
This car is simply awesome.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Magnum Powers Superchargers. Mad Power by Magnum Powers. Engine Tech, the engine builder source. Hose Slide, the ultimate car washing accessory. Hunter Engineering, state-of-the-art wheel aligners and wheel alignment machines. And by Adina, protection and comfort for your life.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage. You know, Blingstar's got so much stuff for these machines. You can make it custom just the way you want. Now, they also have this nice front bumper that goes on with a couple bolts, gives you plenty of protection, but also is available in a couple models. This has a mount for the Blingstar LED light. Now, this is a 13.5-inch, 72-watt LED. Great place you can aim it, and then you just tighten up the brackets. Of course, it's adjustable. That way, when you get your machine set up, you set it just the way you want. Now, you can also get this bumper with a bracket for a plate for your racers or any place they want to put a license plate in the front. And we talked about the steel skin on top of the Blingstar cage with a pocket for a light. Here we've got a 30-inch light. That's a 160-watt LED, but what's neat about it is the sides are floodlight, so you got good peripheral lighting, and the center, of course, is focused spot, so you get the light cast way out in front of the vehicle, and they got you covered.
We're getting ready to mount the doors now. What I do is take off the old strikers, and on this particular case, we put on a new one here from Blingstar. Now, we use the original hinges on this one, don't we?
Yes, we do. Basically, it's the same stock hinges come on your doors. Take the 4 bolts out, put them on this new cage, and start installing your new ones.
Installation.
Very easy.
Okay, so let me roll this out of the way.
Yep.
Let's bring in the doors.
Definitely.
Okay, now we're getting ready to put in our rear doors. Now, these are all 6061 aluminum, and you can see they come in either white or you can get it, what, a textured black?
Textured black.
But what you see here, we've got our Blingstar graphics on here, which makes it a lot easier. We put those on before we put the doors on.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they just bolt right into the frame down here and right up here into the roll cage. So let's drop this in. That goes on the back side there.
Just like that.
Now, this also has some spacers so you want to put in. Here we go. Now we got the bottom one in. Spacer. All right, here we go.
There it is.
There we go.
Yep, just put the nuts on the backside and we start
And
stunging it
we're
up.
in business. You can see this is going to make things a lot stronger, give you a little bit more protection as well, and plus it looks better too.
When you're bouncing around in these things, really having fun, you got these automotive style seat belts with retractors and this push button that it locks into. If you're really going to get serious, you got a big cage like this and you got your machine stiffened up. Here's some nice harnesses from Blingstar. Look at nice padding. There's a real dense foam. It's a multi-point belt, very similar to a race car. Got the big latch on it, the leather to protect you. They got a nice mesh pocket. They got a cell phone pocket. Everything you need. You go out there and you bounce around, these will hold you in place and keep you safe.
All right, now I'm putting on the final piece of graphic here. A lot of times you could put a little bit of water on here, a little soapy water, and line that up. In this case, I'm going to take the shot and try to line it up perfectly like this. Now, one thing about it, you got to have it exactly where you want it and exactly right when you put it on, because once you stick it on, it ain't coming off. Let me see if I can get this on here just right. That is coming along almost perfect. Look at this. Son of a gun. And there it is.
Boy, I can't believe they trusted you with that.
Voila. Put in the seat, pal.
Pop in these seats, there's nothing to them. They go in and they tuck underneath. And of course, you can see we haven't put the seat rails in, the seat belts in yet. They're going to tuck through here for the harness. So we get these things slid up here.
Need a hand there, bud?
No, I got it. And then this should just pop down and lock in just like that.
Wow.
Put our seat belts through here. And we got the door going on over there. So now we've got another front door to put on. The graphics are all done. The rear door, a couple more seats, and we're going to be in great shape.
Okay. Well, bud, I think it's time for to take us a ride, but you know what? We don't have helmets.
Who cares?
I got to trust you on this.
We got belts.
Anyway, folks, you can see how it came out. This is going to be a lot of fun to run in. We'll stop and get some helmets and take it out in the woods and have a ball. We will run out of time. We'll see you again next time here at Motorhead Garage.
So long. Come on, Davey. Let's go.
Careful.